And so what I was trying to explain the other time is that when you have a table and you have a primary key, for example, a student table, the primary key for that student table, if you call it, let's say your admission number, and you now place your index, that is what you will use to search on that table. You place it on admission number. That means you place your index on the primary key. Such an index is called a primary index. Primary index is of two types. We have the dense index and the sparse index. For dense index, remember I told you that a primary index scenario is when you place your index on the primary key. So for dense index, you place your index on the primary key as well as on other columns on which we perform our transaction. For example, if you have a student table where we have admission number, your name, your address, your age, apart from placing the index, that is your search key, on the primary key, which is the admission number, you also place it on name, on phone number, on address, and that's other columns also. You place your index on them. Such an index is called a dense index. The advantage of this is that when you want to query such a table, you don't query it based on only the primary key, which is the admission number. You can also expand your search by also using other columns that you have indexed as also a search key. Like you can search the table with this address of the student as well. You can search the table with the phone number of the student as well, not only the admission number. So that's one of the advantage of dense index. So therefore, indexes on other columns are also stored to make the fetch faster. Looking at the table that we have here, this is the real table, the database, the table that we have there. And now, by the time we place our index, we perform what we call dex index. We did not only use the student ID as our index, we also added the student name, the address, the age, and the course index address as part of the search key. Disadvantage of this is that it will use more of the memory. It will use more of the memory space that we have. Although it is a very good way of doing our search to make our search to be efficient, but it's going to consume more space in the memory.